A woman is plotting behind your back, and heaven says the trap she built is already moving into place. Archangel Michael says, "Listen carefully, for I am sent to deliver this word to you without delay." There is a shadow moving around you, weaving plans that you cannot yet see. What feels calm on the surface is hiding a dangerous undercurrent meant to shake your life at its roots. This is not a distant danger, nor is it a vague warning. It is precise, direct, and already unfolding in silence behind your back. A woman has set her eyes on you, not to admire you, but to dismantle something valuable that belongs to you. Her steps are quiet, but her intentions are sharp. She cloaks her schemes in friendly words and familiar gestures, but behind closed doors, her tongue speaks of strategies designed to harm you. You must know this before it is too late, for her movements are not accidental, they are deliberate. This is the type of plan that grows in the dark while you go about your daily life unaware. While you are thinking she is harmless, she is counting the hours until she makes her move. Heaven says she has already laid out the first part of her strategy, and it is closer to unfolding than you imagine. You see, every plot begins in whispers before it turns into action. This woman has already spoken her intent to someone, testing how far she can go, and measuring the resistance she might face. But instead of being stopped, she was encouraged, and this gave her the confidence to go further. Right now, her mind is fixed on one thing, removing you from a position of influence and replacing you with herself. She sees you as an obstacle standing in the way of what she desires. And unless you are warned, she believes she can succeed in this mission. The energy around her is heavy, restless, and manipulative. She has already twisted her story to make herself look like the victim and you look like the problem. Heaven is exposing this now because the moment she has been preparing for is near. Archangel Michael says, "You cannot afford to ignore this. The very peace you thought was unshakable is about to be disturbed by her hands. But heaven has decided you will not walk into this trap blind." Her scheme is not only about words, it involves documents, conversations, and staged events that are meant to corner you. She has thought through how to approach those closest to you, weaving doubt into their minds. With every smile she gives in public, she strengthens her disguise. Behind the disguise, her eyes are cold, calculating, and determined to win. She has convinced herself that what you have should belong to her, that your blessings should shift into her hands. This is envy disguised as ambition, and ambition disguised as friendship. What she has started in secret, she now intends to bring into the open, but she wants it to appear as if you fell by your own hand. That is the twisted brilliance of her design. She doesn't want to be seen as the attacker, she wants you to be seen as the cause of your own downfall. This is why heaven is intervening now, because left unchecked, her strategy could succeed in reshaping how others see you. But because the eyes of the Spirit are sharper than human eyes, her cloak of deception is being torn apart, and her secrets are being dragged into the light. Right arrow type Amen 555 if you want every false mask around you to be revealed. There is a heaviness to the timing of her plot. It is no coincidence that she has chosen this season of your life, because she believes you are too distracted to notice. She wants to strike while you are focused on other matters, thinking you will not have the strength to defend yourself. Heaven is saying clearly, she has underestimated you. She believes your silence is weakness, but your silence has been wisdom. And now, with this word, your silence will turn into strategy. Every time she whispers your name in her private talks, she plants seeds of suspicion. She wants others to look at you differently, to hesitate before trusting you, to question your integrity. She knows that once trust is shaken, it can be difficult to restore. But Archangel Michael says, her whispers will fall to the ground. Her tongue that rises against you will stumble. For what she planned as a weapon against you will be broken in her own hands. The days ahead will reveal her more clearly. A small slip of her tongue will expose her, though she will try to cover it quickly. But that one slip will be a divine signal for you to know without doubt who she truly is. Do not be deceived by her outward kindness, for kindness is her mask. What she truly carries is bitterness over things she feels she was denied. That bitterness fuels her actions like fire under dry wood. She has made comparisons between herself and you, measuring her life against yours. In her eyes, your blessings are the reason for her frustrations. Instead of seeking her own path, she has chosen to target yours. This is why you must guard not only your possessions but also your peace of mind. Her attacks are not just physical but psychological, meant to weaken your focus and drain your energy. Heaven's warning today is your shield. Her plotting will soon touch something connected to your name. She wants to use your reputation as the very weapon to trap you. By twisting a detail, exaggerating a situation, or fabricating a story, she plans to use proof against you. This woman believes if she can discredit you, she can rise without resistance. She is not after fairness, she is after takeover. She wants authority, recognition, and control. What she doesn't realize is that heaven always defends those who walk in truth. No matter how she prepares her net, she will find herself entangled in it. For what she builds in darkness cannot stand against what is carried in light. Archangel Michael says, her hand is writing plans, but the ink is running dry. Her steps are moving quickly, but the path beneath her is cracking. Her victory is an illusion, for the end of her scheme has already been declared. Right arrow type Amen 999 if you believe her net will capture herself. Her plan is already touching the ears of others. A conversation has begun where your name was spoken with a twist that does not belong to you. Someone who once trusted you is starting to question because of the poison she planted. These are the seeds she is scattering, hoping they will take root quickly. She has rehearsed her words, carefully choosing phrases that sound believable. But what is believable to men is not hidden from the eyes of heaven. The woman carries herself as if she is noble, but her motives are rotten at the core. She acts like she wants peace, but her heart is plotting war against you. She wants to play innocent, while she quietly strikes from the shadows. And yet, her time is running short. What she thought would remain covered is being exposed, layer by layer. Even as she plans her next move, heaven is undoing it silently in the background. In the coming days, she will attempt a bold step. It will not look like an attack on the surface, but it will carry the intention to corner you. She wants to force you into a decision that benefits her and weakens you. She has been rehearsing this move with precision. In her imagination, she has already won. She sees herself walking in what she thinks is your place. But heaven laughs at her imagination, for her steps are on borrowed ground. She has forgotten that what belongs to you was assigned to you by divine purpose. And no hand of envy can erase divine assignment. Archangel Michael says, she will soon see that her power is limited, her reach is short, and her time is temporary. Even now, the energy of her plotting is causing unrest in your atmosphere. You may have felt waves of confusion, strange heaviness, or sudden doubts that do not belong to you. These are the spiritual ripples of her thoughts directed against you. Do not be alarmed when things suddenly feel heavier around you. It is not your spirit weakening, it is her envy trying to press against your peace. Recognize it for what it is, an invisible strike sent to unsettle you. But as this word is released, her strikes will return to her. For every unseen arrow she sends, it will be redirected. What she meant for your collapse will fold into her own life. This is not just a possibility, it is a divine certainty. Her plotting has already written her downfall, and every step she takes against you will shorten her own path. Right arrow type Amen 1414 if you want every arrow sent at you to return to its sender. She has been gathering information in silence. Watching, listening, and pretending to care, she collects details to use later. What feels like innocent curiosity is really a sharp blade she wants to draw at the right moment. This is why heaven is urging you to be guarded. Not every ear deserves your words. Not every smile deserves your trust. The same lips that smile in your presence are the lips that betray you in your absence. She speaks as if she supports you, but she takes your words and bends them into weapons. What she could never create herself, she seeks to steal through manipulation. Her greatest weapon is deception, but her greatest weakness is exposure. The light of truth will scatter her darkness. Every twisted word she spoke will crumble when her intentions are revealed. Right arrow type Amen 1515 if you want her lies to be shattered completely. Her plotting is reaching a peak. She believes she has enough influence now to strike openly. She is preparing her moment with confidence, believing nothing can stop her. But the very moment she tries to lift her hand against you, it will be stopped. For she is building her tower on a foundation of sand, and the waves are already rising. What she thought was solid will collapse beneath her feet. Archangel Michael says, do not fear when the storm rises suddenly. It will not consume you, it will consume her works. For what she plotted against you is already dissolving before it touches your destiny. This is the justice of heaven, the one who digs a pit will fall into it. The one who sets a trap will be caught in it. The one who plots behind your back will stumble in front of you. Right arrow type Amen 1616 if you believe justice will speak louder than lies. Her downfall will not come quietly, it will be seen. Those she whispered to will be forced to witness the truth. Those she deceived will suddenly recognize her motives. She will try to cover herself with excuses, pretending she didn't mean harm. But the timing, the words, and the actions will make her guilt undeniable. The very people she used against you will see her mask fall. This exposure will not only protect you, it will elevate you. Because when the truth comes out, your name will be cleared with greater honor than before. What she meant to destroy you will become a stage for your vindication. And in that moment, she will realize she lost not only her plan but also the trust of those she manipulated. Her web will unravel, and she will be left standing alone in the ruins of her own deception. Right arrow type Amen 1717 if you are ready for vindication to be seen openly. The shift will begin quietly. At first, you may notice people treating you with unusual hesitation, as if they are unsure of what to believe. That is the effect of her whispers finally reaching their ears. But do not let this disturb you, for it is temporary. What they hear now is clouded, but what they will soon see is undeniable. The truth has a way of piercing through every fog. When her plot reaches its climax, she will try to appear calm and unshaken. Yet inside, she will be trembling, because heaven will not allow her to stand firmly on lies. What looks like her rising moment will turn into her greatest exposure. She will try to climb quickly, thinking she is close to her goal. But the higher she climbs, the harder the fall. This is the trap of her own ambition. And when she falls, the noise will be undeniable. Her collapse will not only clear your name but also serve as a warning to others who plot in silence. Right arrow type Amen 2727 if you are ready for every false ladder to crumble. You will not need to fight with your hands or with your voice. Your strength will be in your silence and in your peace. For heaven has already taken up this battle on your behalf. This is why you must not be afraid when you hear her name again. Do not be shaken by her movements, for her steps are already failing. What she builds has no future. Archangel Michael says, the moment she moves her final piece will be the moment her plan shatters. Do not fear her shadows, for your light is greater. And as her schemes end, your influence will rise higher. You will see opportunities arrive suddenly, doors you did not even knock on will open, and people who doubted you will extend support. Right arrow type Amen 2828 if you are ready for a sudden rise. She has tried to build stories against you, but her stories will not last. They will crumble when tested. Her words will be seen as empty fabrications. Already, the cracks are showing. Someone she trusted to keep her secrets will fail her. Her own ally will expose a piece of the truth. This is how heaven works, using even her own circle to undo her plans. What she thought was loyalty will betray her. What she thought was secure will unravel. And when this happens, she will have no defense left. Her words will lose power. Her schemes will dissolve. Right arrow type Amen 2929 if you believe her circle will turn against her. She imagined herself victorious. She pictured herself walking in what belongs to you. She believed her dream of replacing you was unstoppable. But what she forgot is that every blessing comes with divine protection. What is yours cannot be taken by envy. What is assigned to you cannot be stolen by deception. Her heart is restless, for she cannot stop obsessing over you. This obsession has consumed her thoughts day and night. She thinks she is hidden, but she is exposed. The more she obsesses, the more blind she becomes. And the blindness of her envy will lead her into her own ruin. Right arrow type Amen 3030 if you trust your blessings cannot be stolen. The whispers she planted will begin to backfire. Those who heard them will start to compare her words with reality. They will realize her story does not match what they see. And when the truth clicks, they will turn their suspicion not toward you but toward her. They will see the manipulator behind the mask. They will see the bitterness behind the smile. This shift will bring relief to you. For where once your name felt heavy with doubt, it will now shine with clarity. You will walk with confidence, knowing heaven has defended you. Archangel Michael says, your name is being lifted higher, while hers is sinking lower. This reversal is unstoppable, for it is written already. Right arrow type Amen 3131 if you are ready for full reversal in your name. She is running out of time. Her movements are growing desperate. She can feel her plans slipping away, but she refuses to stop. Instead, she tries harder, forcing her schemes with reckless energy. But the more she forces, the quicker she will break. Her downfall will not be delayed. Already, the timeline is set. Already, the exposure is written. Already, her collapse has begun. And soon, you will see it clearly. You will not need to search for proof, it will be undeniable. Her plot will die in front of you. Right arrow type Amen 3232 if you want her collapse to be undeniable. Her downfall will not be hidden in secret corners. It will happen where others can see, so there is no doubt about what has taken place. The same eyes that once looked at you with suspicion will watch her stumble. She will try to explain, but her explanations will sound hollow. Every word she speaks will only reveal more of her guilt. Silence will be her only option, and even silence will betray her. This is the point where her influence breaks completely. The ones she once controlled with her words will no longer obey. Her voice will lose its hold. And you will walk freely, unburdened by her shadow. What once felt heavy will suddenly feel light. What once seemed tangled will open clearly before you. Right arrow type Amen 3333 if you are ready for her voice to lose all power. The divine reversal is not only about exposing her, it is about elevating you. The storm she caused is the very thing that will push you higher. The battle she created is the stage for your breakthrough. Every time she tried to speak against you, she was unknowingly preparing a platform for your name to rise. Every attempt to bury you was a seed that will grow into honor. Her plot has become your preparation. Archangel Michael says, you are stepping into a new season of strength. What once threatened to break you has built you instead. The fire she lit has purified, not destroyed. And in this strength, you will see doors that were locked before swing open. You will see connections, resources, and opportunities begin to align. This is the blessing born out of the battle. Right arrow type Amen 3434 if you believe your elevation is here. She is restless now, for she senses something is wrong. Though she still plots, her spirit is uneasy. Deep down, she knows the end is near. This is the power of divine intervention, her peace is gone. Her plans no longer feel secure. Every step feels shaky. And as she loses peace, she will start making mistakes. Her slip-ups will expose more of the truth. The more she scrambles, the more she reveals. This unraveling is part of her judgment. Her plotting is collapsing in her own hands. What she built is falling apart. Right arrow type Amen 3535 if you want her hands to lose every scheme. Archangel Michael says, this is the season of unmasking. Those who plotted against you in silence will no longer hide. Their faces will be revealed, and their intentions will be stripped bare. Right arrow type Amen 1818 if you are ready to see the masks come off. Her plan touches not only your reputation but also something material. She has her eyes on resources, possessions, or opportunities connected to you. In her mind, if she can weaken your name, she can also take what belongs to you. This is not just envy, it is theft wrapped in strategy. She wants to take what she did not build. She wants to stand in what she did not earn. But her greed is her undoing. What she reaches for will turn to dust in her hands. What she claims as hers will slip away before she can hold it. You will watch as the very thing she thought was her victory disappears like smoke. She will be left with nothing but the bitterness she started with. And you will remain standing stronger than before. Right arrow type Amen 1919 if you believe her hands will come back empty. There is a stirring in the unseen even now. A movement of divine timing aligning everything in your favor. What looks like chaos is secretly arranging itself into order on your behalf. Every false word she spoke is now being recorded in the unseen. Nothing has been missed, nothing has been overlooked. Heaven has counted every action, every whisper, every hidden attempt. And because of this, the judgment on her plot will not delay. When the exposure happens, it will be swift. There will be no time for her to cover her tracks. This is why you are receiving this message now, so you will stand firm, ready, and unshaken when the storm comes. While she trembles at the fall of her scheme, you will remain in peace. Right arrow type Amen 2020 if you trust that the unseen is already working for you. You may have felt uneasy around her presence without knowing why. That unease was your spirit recognizing what your eyes could not see. Your inner sense has been warning you that her energy is not pure. Now, confirmation is being given. What you felt in passing is real. What you could not name before is now being revealed in detail. She has been speaking of you in ways you would never imagine. Smiling in your face, yet sowing doubt behind you. Offering kindness with one hand, while crafting harm with the other. But this dual life cannot continue much longer. Her double voice is about to be silenced. Her duplicity will collapse under the weight of exposure. Right arrow type Amen 2121 if you believe her double face will be revealed. The deeper root of her plot is envy. Envy has twisted her perception until she can no longer see clearly. She believes her lack is your fault, and your blessing is her loss. This is why she cannot stop watching you. Even when she pretends to ignore, her eyes are fixed on your steps. She measures herself by you constantly. But the truth is that envy blinds. It keeps her trapped in bitterness, unable to find her own path. And instead of walking forward, she has chosen to sabotage yours. Heaven is saying, this envy will consume her if she does not stop. It will corrode her joy, her peace, and eventually her reputation. The very fire she feeds will burn her. Right arrow type Amen 2323 if you want envy's grip to break completely. She will try to disguise her collapse as misfortune. She may even attempt to blame others for her downfall. But those who know the truth will see clearly, this is the harvest of her own actions. Her greatest fear is not failure, it is being exposed. That is why she tries so hard to keep her words hidden, her schemes secret. But no cloak is strong enough to cover her any longer. What she thought she controlled is slipping away. What she thought she concealed is opening up for all to see. The more she struggles, the more obvious her intentions will become. Archangel Michael says, the hour of exposure is near. Stand firm, for what she meant to destroy you will instead secure your rise. Right arrow type Amen 2424 if you are ready to rise while she falls. Her story is about to change. Once seen as strong, she will now appear fragile. Once seen as trustworthy, she will now appear unreliable. This shift will not happen slowly, it will be sudden. Like a curtain being pulled back, her image will crumble. People will no longer listen to her with the same respect. The very ones she convinced to doubt you will turn against her. They will realize they were manipulated. Their loyalty will swing back to you with even greater strength. This reversal is your vindication. What was taken from your name will be restored double. What was meant to shame you will bring you honor. Right arrow type Amen 2525 if you are ready for full reversal in your favor. Alright, folded hands, I'll continue seamlessly in the same suspenseful flow, with 3-sentence paragraphs and different Amen prompts every 4 paragraphs. We're moving closer to the full 4,000-word script. Her fall will echo louder than her whispers. The very stage she built to attack you will become the stage of her embarrassment. What she thought was her clever victory will be her greatest mistake. Even her closest allies will start to withdraw. They will sense that aligning with her brings danger. Slowly, she will find herself standing alone. The energy of her downfall will spread quickly. Just as her lies traveled fast, so too will the truth. People will distance themselves from her with caution. And you will notice the shift. Where once doors seemed to close, they will now swing open. Where trust was shaken, it will now return stronger than before. Right arrow type Amen 2626 if you believe doors will open in your favor. Her plan was never just about one move. It was a series, carefully built like steps on a ladder. She believed each step would take her higher, and you lower. But every step was built on sand. Her ladder cannot stand. And soon, it will collapse beneath her weight. The ones who once doubted you will now return to you. They will speak differently, treat you differently, and see you differently. For your vindication will be undeniable. You will not need to defend yourself, because heaven will do it for you. Proof will arrive in perfect timing. Evidence will speak louder than lies. Her voice will fade into the background. Your voice will rise into clarity. And those who once listened to her will listen to you instead. This is how the story turns. Not with your fall, but with her collapse. Not with your shame, but with your restoration. Right arrow type Amen 3636 if you are ready for your restoration to be public. Soon, her name will no longer carry power. Where people once leaned on her words, they will now avoid them. She will become the example of what happens when deception is exposed. Her story will not inspire respect, it will inspire warning. People will learn from her fall. They will say, this is what happens when envy rules. And you will be remembered differently. Not as the one attacked, but as the one who stood firm. Not as the victim, but as the one who overcame. Archangel Michael says, your legacy is shifting. This season will not be marked by her plot, it will be marked by your rise. Right arrow type Amen 3737 if you are ready for your legacy to rise higher. She will fade into the background, but you will move into the forefront. Your name will carry weight where hers has lost it. Your steps will be steady while hers stumble. This is how heaven balances what was twisted. This is how justice flows. This is how truth prevails. The woman who plotted behind your back thought she was clever. But cleverness without truth leads only to destruction. And now she faces the destruction of her own doing. You, however, will walk in peace. Your future is secure, your steps are ordered, and your path is clear. Nothing she did can erase your destiny. Right arrow type Amen 3838 if you are ready to walk into your secured future. The chapter is closing. Her schemes are reaching their end. Her plotting has no more power left. And as her chapter closes, yours is beginning anew. A brighter page, a clearer path, a stronger season. Everything she tried to take will return to you multiplied. Do not carry bitterness against her, for bitterness is her downfall, not yours. Do not carry fear, for fear is her weapon, not yours. Stand tall, for victory is already in your hands. Archangel Michael says, it is finished. Her trap is broken. Your name is restored. Right arrow type Amen 3939 if you receive the restoration fully. Now the atmosphere shifts. The weight is lifting. The plot has dissolved. You are no longer under the shadow of her envy. You are stepping into freedom. You are walking into a future untouched by her deception. This is your confirmation. This is your moment. This is your rise. Let this word settle deeply. You are protected, you are preserved, you are vindicated. And nothing plotted against you will ever prosper. Right arrow type Amen 4040 if you receive this word in full victory.